Trump administration border czar, Tom Homan. Tom, I mean, you said this was going to happen. You said the judges weren't going to get in your way. You used a different kind of the law. Get out, get to El Salvador.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the judge can rule on the Alien Enemies Act, and we can hold on that, but we'll continue to arrest members of TDA and MS-13 and every other criminal alien that we can find. We'll continue to arrest them. We're going to deport them. We'll use Title 8. We'll use expedited removal. We'll use voluntary departure. But they are not going to walk the streets of this nation. Not anymore. Joe Biden let them in. We're going to take them out.
And when you look at the data, the numbers are astonishing. New reports show border crossings fell again in March, hitting another record with just 7,000 migrant crossings. That's down 94% from last March, where we saw 137,000 enter the country illegally. And this is the big number for me. There has been 113,000 arrests, nearly 100,000 illegal migrants deported since January 20th. Are you happy with the numbers you're seeing?
I'm happy with the border. I think the crossings are down significantly. I mean, these are the lowest numbers I've seen in my career. Look, I started in 1984 as a Border Patrol agent, and you know, we arrested thousands a night down the San Diego sector. But you know, these are the lowest numbers I've seen in over 40 years. I mean, it's probably the lowest numbers ever. But they didn't capture the numbers back in my day, before my day in 1984. So I think these are historic low numbers. But am I happy with the interior enforcement numbers? Yeah, but we need more. We got a lot of criminal aliens we got to find and remove. And sanctuary cities are putting up roadblocks, and it takes a lot of work to arrest an illegal alien, a criminal alien in a sanctuary city, because we can't arrest them in a jail. We got to go to the neighborhood and find them. And these are people that don't want to be found. So am I happy? Yes. Do I want more? Absolutely. So we got to concentrate on more interior enforcement arrests, more targeting, and take on sanctuary cities. Pam Bonnie's suing them. We got to continue taking on sanctuary cities. Sanctuaries are sanctuaries for criminals, and we need to get beyond that.
You know, to that point, Tom, you mentioned sanctuary cities, and you're planning a visit soon to Rochester, New York, after police officers there got scolded by Democrat leaders who claimed the police should not help carry out the arrest of illegal migrants in their area. I mean, what's your message to Rochester politicians and, more importantly, to the police that are actually helping you do your job?
Well, I actually met some of those officers at a police function in Nashville, and I told them I'm coming to Rochester, just like I promised I was going to Chicago, and I promised I was going to Boston, I promised I was going to Denver, and I showed up at every one of these sanctuary cities. But I met these officers. It's just more than that, though, Mark. There was a call for emergency request for assistance. No law enforcement officer should put politics ahead of responding to another agency's call for emergency assistance. Cops should always respond to calls for emergency assistance. It's not about immigration. It's about a law enforcement officer asking for emergency help. And that's what occurred. And these officers that responded did a great job. However, they got sanctioned. They were put on desk duty, and they're being investigated. And I'm going to go to Rochester and find out, you know, why is this like this, and, you know, take on the mayor of the city. Now, I've been told just last night that some of the leadership at Border Patrol and some of the leadership at HSI ICE have met with the chief of police, and the chief has guaranteed they will always respond to calls for emergency assistance. Well, I'm going to go up there as promised and check out for myself. And if the mayor wants to meet, we'll meet with the mayor. But law enforcement should always respond to calls for assistance. This is not politics. This is life and death. This is safety. This is community safety.
Yeah, absolutely. And it seems like some of these Democrat politicians, like the ones in Rochester, have just not received the message that people still overwhelmingly support these deportations. Take a listen to this.
Well in the public mind for him is his handling of immigration, which is still net positive, and his deportation program is still net positive and popular.
Interesting. So if the American people who voted for this on November 5th are supporting it, why are the Democrats not listening to their constituents?
Well, you know, it's again putting politics over public safety. I don't care what they think. We're coming. They're not going to stop us doing what we're doing. And look, I want to, you know, the ICE officers and Border Patrol agents are patriots. They put a gun in their hip every day and put their lives on the line for this country. They have never refused a call for assistance from another law enforcement agency, and they never will.
Information. Truth is freedom. is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.